What's up, guys? This is the Honest Outlaw here, and today I want to kind of crack a few gun myths. I want to talk about how to shoot a rifle, and I'm going to be using an AR-15 for this. I think it's probably the most popular rifle in the United States by now, especially for self-defense purposes. So I'm going to be using this for an example. But I hear a lot of people, especially comments on my YouTube channel and other instructors that I watch videos. I actually watch lots of other YouTube channels as well to learn, better techniques, better guns, things like that. And I hear a lot of people say, this is the way to shoot a rifle, or never do this, never do that, or always do this, always do that. And like many things in life, there isn't one way to shoot a rifle. So today I wanted to show you a couple of different ways and a couple of different very popular techniques that most people talk about, but they don't really give the reasons why you would use that particular technique. And the first and probably the most controversial is going to be the thumb over bore technique. That became pretty popular in the last 5 or 10 years or so. And the reason for that is the influence of competitive shooting. And that is kind of the area of shooting that I know the most. So if you see my channel, for the most part, I'll be using this type of technique holding the rifle. So basically what you do is you want the rifle a little more square, not as bladed, because you want to have your hips forward towards the target, okay? Because if you're going to be running or moving and you're going to face a target, you're probably going to face it like this, similar to a pistol stance, except for you just incorporate the rifle in that same stance. So I want my buttstock into the pocket of my shoulder and the buttstock length according to whatever is comfortable, and then I want my hand extended out far enough to be comfortable to control the end of the muzzle. Now I have really long arms, I can extend past if I want to. So I bend my elbow, keep it high so I can keep a lot of the weight of the rifle controlled and keep the muzzle controlled. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to shoot as fast as possible, and I want to hold that muzzle in place essentially. And you can play with it, it's also called a C-clamp grip, thumb over bore, whatever you want. Now you can do a similar grip without putting your thumb over bore if you don't like that. Some people complain it covers up the sights. On an AR-15 it doesn't, because you have the height advantage there of the red dot, the offset advantage. And basically you hold it in position and you keep it there under recoil so you can fire much faster. And it controls that muzzle and keeps the rifle on target so you can put lots of rounds on target really quickly. Another method that's really, really popular that you'll see in lots of action movies, especially early 90s, late 90s action movies, stuff like that, is you'll see this grip, okay? Now, most people that are proponents of this one will tell you never to do this, and most people that do this will tell you never to do this. And the reason why they do this is because it gets you a lot tighter, makes your silhouette a lot smaller, so when you're moving around barricades or buildings or through doorways, you don't hit your elbows or get your elbows shot off. Also, working in like a team environment with a lot of other people stacking behind you, stuff like that, you take up a lot less space like this. But the downside to this is you have less control on your rifle, right? You can still shoot, trust me, and at the end of this, or I'll annotate the videos in, of the difference between shooting like this, where you have less muzzle control but you're a smaller target, versus this, where you have more muzzle control but you're a larger target and your arm fatigues. That's one thing that a lot of people don't talk about, is that this is great for the competitive shooting world, because if I shoot a stage, 30 seconds to 3 minutes roughly, but if you're clearing a house, like actually doing it with law enforcement or military or something like that, you could be doing it for hours, and you cannot hold this for hours. I mean, even the strongest guys in the world probably could hold this for a couple of minutes, maybe 10 minutes at most, but that's not gonna happen. Eventually you're gonna start creeping down your rifle like this, and you're gonna be back here, and you're gonna be supporting your elbow on either your body armor or whatever you're gonna have, or on your gut or on your rib or whatever. Very similar to the other stance I wanted to talk about, which is more bladed. This is an accuracy dependent stance. I guess if you're trying to get the most accuracy, you see a lot of bullseye shooters shoot like this, or they'll shoot like this, or they'll shoot like that. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to stick their elbow into their ribs or into their body armor or whatever it's gonna be on there to hold that. They're trying to have their bone structure hold it as opposed to their muscle structure, so you don't fatigue, you don't get tired, and you don't sway around a lot. Now, I'm not good at that stance at all, and I'm not gonna teach you that stance because I kind of suck at it. But I do know what it is, and I do know what it's for. So what I'm trying to say is, and when I demo these here in a second, all of these stances have a purpose. Every rifle stance that you've seen for one reason or another has a purpose. Some of them are bad, but most of them are not, especially the most popular ones. There is a reason behind them. So it really depends on what you want to do, what you want to do with your rifle. Do you want to shoot really fast from target to target? Do you want to keep a smaller silhouette in a team environment when you're stacking up against a door or something like that? Or do you want to stand and shoot a target like a golf ball from 200 yards and shoot like that? Like I said, there's all different body types, especially me. I'm gonna have a different shooting stance than you because I'm 6'3" and I have really long arms. So if I wanted to do the whole Chris Costa thing, I wouldn't even be able to do it. See my hands over the bore there? This rifle is clear, by the way. I wouldn't be able to do it, so I have to come in a little bit and bend my arm a little bit. Everybody has a different body style. Everybody shoots a different rifle for the most part. I mean, AR-15 or not, you have it all set up differently. I have the CAG grip and all that stuff. Some of you will have a vertical grip, so you'll have more of this instead of this. Some of you won't have anything, so you may shoot like this. There's all different styles for all different ways you can shoot, and none of them are bad. And depending on what you want to do with your rifle, you can mix and match these skills. Move your elbow up, move it down, move your elbow in, move it out, and try to figure out what works best for you. And the way to do that is not to watch a bunch of YouTube videos with guys that don't do the same thing you do. The way to do that is test several techniques out on a range and have a timer with you and shoot a few times, time it, or give yourself an allowed amount of time to make accuracy shots, or shoot 5 rounds and see which style is more accurate for you. You know, you have to go out there and actually test these. You can't just watch a video with some guy telling you this is the best way to do it, because it may not be for you. So take some of the best and the most classic techniques and go out there and try them for yourself, because they're all different depending on what situation, what shooting style, what body type, what rifle you're going to be using. All right, so I got my Ear Pro in now. I got a fresh mag in, and I'm just going to demo a couple of these techniques. And right now I'm sitting at about 75 yards from the steel. I'm sitting at about 75 yards from the steel, and we'll just shoot the steel a little bit, and I'll show you that all the techniques work. It's just a matter of what you want to get out of it. So first, I'll use the thumb over bore. Okay, 3 shots, 3 hits. Then I'm gonna use the more traditional, you know, just hand down here like I'm holding a normal rifle. Okay, we see that works. I'm gonna swim out of my sling here a little bit. We're gonna use the magwell hold. Okay, we see that works. Now we'll use my incredibly terrible looking rifle hold. Okay, and I missed the first one, but as you can see, even though I suck with it, that works. Because what's really important with rifle shooting isn't necessarily where you hold your hand. It's always going to be about your trigger control and your shooting fundamentals. So try to remember those, and you'll be able to hit your target. It just depends on how fast you'll be able to hit your target. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. Check you later.